of the year, but had no answers for Erroll Spence in his corner. How is that possible? How are you trainer of the year and you had no answers for Erroll Spence in his corner? Derrick James didn't have no answers before, after, or during the fight. I said people. They don't know what to do with Terrence Bud Crawford. They have no answer for Terrence Bud Crawford. Go back and listen to everybody who said that Erroll Spence is going to dominate or win. It listens to their reasons why. They never gave you a good reason. Everything was based off of him bone breaking, okay, or being strong. Never talk about IQ, intelligence. Heck, they didn't even talk about the basics until the end. But you are trainer of the year, supposedly. And you had no answer for your fighter in the corner. How is that possible? A lot of people ask me, should Erroll Spence leave Derrick James? And the answer is no, he can't. Too much time with him, too much invested with him. He's in business with him. At this point, if he pull away from Derrick James, it's going to hurt Derrick James, make him look bad. I don't think that's what he wants to do with Derrick James. I believe there is some loyalty there. And at this point, you might as well ride it out with him. But he can't leave Derrick James. Derrick James trains Garcia. He trains Frank Martin. Now Anthony Joshua. Charlo and all them. He can't. Too much is wrapped up in him. But was he ever trainer of the year? And the answer is no. Once again, just like Erroll Spence, you guys got caught up in the whole Floyd Mayweather sparring, this, and y'all got caught up in the illusion with Derrick James. And Derrick James got caught up in the hype and stopped progressing, stopped learning, and stopped caring about his fighters' development. What do I mean? It's the same thing that I said about Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo was a better fighter before he started training with Derrick James. Yes, Derrick James did add things to him, but he crippled him by making him dependent on the so-called power thing, and he stopped boxing. He had to get back to what he originally was when he had to fight Tony Harrison again, because that new trying to bulldoze everything and force your way and force your win and all that, it wasn't the answer. So he had to get back to boxing. And this is the thing about Derrick James, Mr. Trainer of the Year. A lot of people, because I studied coaches and who's the best and their attributes and stuff like that. One of the coaches I'm going to pull from with this one is I'm going to pull from Virgil Hunter. I'm going to pull from Virgil Hunter. A lot of people question Virgil Hunter because, he never boxed and, question could he really, educate a boxer on being a champion and winning and stuff like that. And my answer to that is different strokes for different folks. Everybody got something different to offer. Those who often can't teach, and usually those who were good at the practitioner part often are not good teachers. So, it just depends on how you want to ruffle through the information. But when it comes to Virgil Hunter, one thing I loved about Virgil Hunter, no matter how good Andre Ward did, Virgil Hunter would be on the phone with him next day. He said, "Hey man, I seen this in the fight. Although we won, although we did good, we got to close these gaps." Virgil Hunter was always about closing gaps and strengthening up your weaknesses, and getting rid of any flaws or kinks that you have. That's one thing that Virgil Hunter drilled over and over. If he seen a flaw in something in Andre Ward, they would work on it till they closed that gap. Derrick James' biggest problem is there is no more development with Erroll Spence. Let me use Gervonta Tank Davis, for example. People say Gervonta Tank Davis, his opponent's handpicked this, that. And yes, no quarrels with that. But I want you to peep how the process goes. You notice when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, yeah, they may put certain people in front of him, but it's a development stage. So by the time that Gervonta really does get tested, he's going to be 100% ready. Why? Because you have seen a constant development with Gervonta Tank Davis and with the people that they've been picking. Okay, the truth of the matter is Gervonta Davis has a higher ring IQ than Erroll Spence. The point is, at least if they're moving him in this way, I can see improvement. He's getting better and better and better. Erroll Spence still have the same gaps and holes he had since he started his career. Derrick James hasn't closed one gap. They haven't improved one thing that they're not good at. Erroll Spence still can't fight going backwards. Erroll Spence still don't get his head offline. Erroll Spence can't catch and shoot. Erroll Spence, he's not a good counter puncher. Erroll Spence got a lot of basic stuff and gaps that could have been closed throughout his career, but did not get closed because why? Somebody got caught up in the hype. Somebody got caught up in the big fish. Somebody got caught up in the I'm trainer of the year, this and that. They fell in love with the clout, but not the skill set. Terrence Bud Crawford was putting it to work. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't all about talk, he was putting in the work. They was all about wearing shades and looking like being the big dog. But when you think about it, how in the hell have we gone this long and Erroll Spence still got the same old flaws? Where is the trainer of the year that comes in and say we need to tighten this up or eradicate this period? Derrick James has never done that with Erroll Spence. And most importantly, the problem about training with Derrick James, he does not train you because he didn't do it. Tell me, why didn't Erroll Spence make adjustments during the fight with Terrence Crawford? Real champions, real great fighters can all make adjustments. You didn't see no adjustments with Erroll Spence because Erroll Spence has never been trained to make adjustments. Erroll Spence don't know how to make adjustments. He doesn't know how to make adjustments. And that's one of the biggest things. They don't teach that. What happened with Jermell Charlo in the Harrison fight? He didn't know how to make an adjustment. He kept going at the same thing, and Tony Harrison kept popping his ass with that jab all night. He didn't make an adjustment. Notice in the second fight, what did Charlo do? He made an adjustment. He didn't learn that from Derrick James. Jermell came with that. That's why he don't get no credit for Undisputed when it comes with him. Jermell has been his own thing. You know, he doesn't train you to make adjustments. He is a limited trainer. This is why people call him a glorified pad man. Ain't nothing wrong with being limited, but it's a problem when you don't know your limitations and you don't call the people in that you need to help your fighter develop. And since Derrick James is all about him and he don't want nobody to steal his shine, a lot more of his fighters is going to go down the path of straight up ass whooping before he realizes what he needs to do and change if he wants these fighters to still develop and grow and be some fighters that has some significance, not just nothing that they brought to the table and Derrick James just brushed off the dust and trying to take the credit for it. But that's the problem with over there. There's no adjustments. There's no growth. They're not closing any gaps. Erroll Spence has not got any better. Like, comment, subscribe, I'm out.